customers on day.
Enough,
Valentine, everything. Mom, see, go check my bag. And she couldn't see this series of letters. And she was saying like to multiple names. Same handwriting. This woman beat the hell out of me. So that thing, I was like, man, I can't devise new means. When I entered SS1, man, my guys, I had to like, I did store inside my guy's bag. So may no follow me come house.
This is Talk Glasses.
Hello everybody, welcome to another amazing episode of the Gist on Glasses podcast. First of all, I must say that I'm so excited, I'm so happy to be back here in this studio to create amazing content for you guys at home, in the gym, in the hair salon, wherever you're watching us from. It's such a great time to be back here, it's a great time to be alive. And I'm here, it's your boy MC Mute, we're back here to give you guys an amazing conversation, amazing content from the last one. Of course, you know it was a hit, it was a big one. And today in the studio, I have with me some of the amazing people that I always work with, that you're familiar with their faces, of course. The MC Extraordinary, OAP number one, and the one and only Social Mala. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Fine, though. How
you know go better for you and
you know
Chelsea.
You know go congratulate.
I don't go congratulate you now. Now, I go by now.
Maybe I don't cut your ticket.
We can no. What you concern me? I know they even carry una for my ticket. Not like I gamble. Right? You kind of maybe they confess to crimes. I know they commit. Okay, guys, Social Malam, and of course the legendary lawyer number one, Esquire. The law, skin to skin.
I must warn you to stay legal. Do not listen to this man. Stay legal at all times.
Skin to skin.
That's all I was saying.
Please, guys.
Can we put that episode behind us? It was one of those things.
It was not one of those things.
It was based on factual events. So it just happened. It was what was happening at that time.
We don't hear you. We don't hear you, mister. What is happening at that time?
Thank you for having me on set today.
And of course, for the first time on the Gist on Glasses podcast, we have the one and only, the General. See, this guy, there's a lot. See, this guy is just so much.
Make I clap for myself. Then no hype yourself.
This guy is just so much. He's an MC. He's an OAP.
Sharp.
He's a rapper. He's a poet. Guy, you don't do all the work. Wait, you see, we the people made and send by you. See what's in this guy.
Guys, I can't explain. Pull on this guy. I can explain.
I can explain.
Let me just go through this so that we don't be like saying the life for head. Emmanuel Prince Umahi, popularly known as Neil, or the General, is a digital marketing and communication strategist, passionate about the intersection of storytelling, technology, and community. With over 4 years...
Here.
No, I'm not going to stop. I'm ready all. We have all the time in the world.
Allow us to read your
With over 4 years of experience working across Nigeria's creative and tech industry, Emmanuel has led high-impact campaigns and... See, he does humble.
Guys.
Has led high-impact campaigns that bridge the gap between brands, artists, everyday people, using data, creativity, and digital tools to drive growth and spark conversation. Currently a final year student in the Department of Mass Communication, University of Jos, Emmanuel combines academic insights with hands-on experience, managing digital campaigns for music icons like MI. I know that me beat this guy. Bilam.
Sorry guys, if you see this, I'm a final year student. And final year is expensive. I beg, can the editors put my account number?
Bring dues.
Bill this guy.
I should bring dues before I get
Bill this guy. I never been you.
Just bring dues.
How many percent?
For music icons like Emma Yabaga, Kafi, Waje, and rising stars like Loye, coordinating national advocacy rollouts like Don't Police My Speech, the Incredible Music Festival, and scaling community-focused platforms with measurable results, from growing email lists by over 600% to generating millions of impressions for events and projects, as well as revenue. His work sits at the intersection of purpose, people, and performers. At his core, Emmanuel believes that digital marketing is not just advertising, it's tech made accessible. As he often says, you don't have to be a programmer to be in tech.
Facts now.
Come on.
Ah.
My mother, they do things. My guy, they do
No, but-
things. Ekpatewo.
Wait, so often I declare for me. I need this clip. That was that clip. I need to use that as a GIF, as a GIF. I need to use it. Well, happy to be here, guys.
Oh, well,
Happy to be here.
it's so I'm so elated to have you here.
Yeah.
The first time I met you was when I came to your radio station. There was one radio station at I can't
Yeah,
remember.
that was when I was seeing radio. That was
Yes.
when I was seeing radio.
So he don't interview me before. Me now they
Yeah, you
return
want
the favor.
interview,
I want interview am back. So that's so like
Full circle moment.
If that's so like they had
Okay, so here's what we can do, guys. So I'm going to build these guys so that if they send me money now, in 3 years I go. Because that is the, so in 3 years I'll start with Clinton. Yeah, Clinton, you can start.
I would refrain from.
You know saying that MMM, you first send head
for that-
before you go
No.
I'll refrain from further statements.
No. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
see, the funny thing is, we are like Esquire, I'm a choir member.
No.
Esprit de corps. So Esprit de corps.
See you guys today. We're in this video to talk about the creative impact, and just like creativity and all of that, anything that concerns creativity. All of us here, we are in the creative space.
Yeah.
We are in the creative industry. So it means that we have common problems, we have common possibly ideas and all of that. But first of all, I would like to know, like, when did this creative journey start for you?
So it's very weird, but it may sound too cliche when I say I started as young as 7. For those that are early, should I say early Gen Zs,
Yeah.
you remember these guys, Resonance,
Yeah.
that had with the Holy Ghost fire coming around the way.
You get one party, do that here for school. You think you're going to sound that song?
No, because that album. So that album, right, was it was a defining moment for me. My mother bought me the album for my birthday as a birthday present. She was like, I listened to these guys, you will like them. And then I listened to it. So I learned the rap of Holy Ghost Fire.
Yeah, back word for word.
Word for word. And as a small boy in primary school then, we had one speech and prize, and they were like, the children have a special number. Now me,
The children.
the children. I be the children. I now did Holy Ghost Fire and everyone. So started from when I was 7. I was writing as well. I was writing short stories. I got into secondary school. So when I got into secondary school, I've always had this hustler mentality. So what I was doing, I was reading books. I was very young then, but I was reading books that were 18, 19, 20 plus, so that I can also like get very, very good ways of writing love letters. So I was writing love letters and I was selling it. So all my seniors then that could not, they were just, so that thing saved me. So that was like when I really, really started. And it just went onward from there. So my first studio session was 2015 when I was leaving secondary school. We did a song called Superheroes with I and my friends. But prior to that, I was always performing in school during Lit Day, Christmas Carol, all those type of things. So school was the foundation. And actively, I started 2015 and here we are.
First of all, you did write love letter.
No, see,
Your mama, I go DM this link.
weirdly, now, GS3. How? Man, this story I never talked anywhere before.
I mean, give us.
GS3, my bag. So my mother was going through my bag. Now, she does it on a regular, like when I was smaller, she would. So, but that GS3, she was going through my bag and it was 13th February, I will not forget. Eve of Valentine. My customers don't already. My customers don't book me ahead of the next day. So boys already plan, you understand? At that time, Nigeria was still good now. Where for those that went to Commanding Secondary School, Maxwell Kobe Cantonment Jos, you would know there was this thing we used to call common room. Now meat pie, but meat pie was 13 naira, 15 naira.
Yeah.
So but me, I don't already plan, say the next day now, I go down like my guys will go chill. I had a crush. No, but I don't really plan to say, okay, the next day we just go buy like meat pie and everything.
Then I did all right.
More deal right now because customers don't day.
Enough, Valentine.
Valentine and everything. Mom, see, go check my bag. And she can't see this series of letters. And she was saying like to multiple names. Same handwriting. Oh, this woman beat the hell out of me. So that thing, I was like, man, I can't devise new means. When I entered SS1, man, my guys, I had to like, I did store inside my guy's bag. So may no follow me come house. So that in case she wants to check, so since then she will be like, bring your bag. I'll be like, there's nothing inside.
Innocent.
There's nothing inside. But that was like the place. But that letter was the creativity.
See how in the talking, they write letter. Clinton just they laugh like monkey.
See, one thing I keep saying is that creativity is in every one of us, especially as I don't think creativity is something that is basic, that is even learned. It may go in different directions. Like his was like writing love letter. I know the other day I was watching a clip from one of the MBA conferences that was held in previous years. And the keynote speaker said that the way she got to know the person that invited her to be a keynote was the person was writing love letters to her, but that somebody was contracting the person to write love letters.
What is it with you, two of you?
No. See, let me tell you something, right, bro. I kid you not. I one of the ways I've made money is through this writing love letters. Like, shout out to my cousin. My cousin is one of my biggest clients, even in the generation of AI. This year, guys, see the ways like how far my big birthday they come. If you help me, like construct like those things where they construct and
I found out meet your baby birthday.
And you see, I really love how that all translated, because even me, like I still write. I write tributes for funerals. I write tributes for speeches, even like love letters to families and all of that. I still do some of those writings, like once in a while. I do some of those gigs. So it's really interesting to see how that creativity just like it
comes out.
It came out naturally. You're in a situation and you're natural. I would like to. I would display my talent. I'll be how they used to call it. So I'm really, really like
I feel like there's a level of thoughtfulness that goes into writing that robots do not have.
yeah, facts, man, big
You
facts.
ChatGPT can help you to maybe put one or two together, but that soulfulness, that thoughtfulness, it comes from the soul. Like
Comes from deep
it
within.
comes from
you see,
deep
going
within.
back to the earlier, there was the earlier episode we talked about AI and music and all of that. One of the things I keep noting is that if the person, even if people are using AI for writing, for instance, now, if you don't know how to write and you don't have that creativity, it's easy to read. Like once I pick up a piece of work, like there's a colleague of mine that I started working with recently, and I told him, I was like, can you please, these are what I want to do. I need letters written to so and so people, send them to me. Once I pick it up, I was like, interesting. I said, well, you use ChatGPT. I know you are not very good at writing, but even if you want to use ChatGPT, because you need to go and learn how to properly write so you can conceptualize your writing within that place, so that when someone reads it, they can actually feel the emotions. Not because this now I can tell from reading. You get like, yes, it's ChatGPT. I was like, yeah, I told you.
No, he was honest. I like that.
Okay, so moving on, tell us about your journey so far.
See, guys,
where you were coming from.
I was coming from a place of Sapa. I'm going to be honest with you people, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because Sapa has been my motivation.
True.
Like, so I grew up in a home where not like anybody wouldn't provide for you, but I didn't like looking at people.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like, I grew up in that space where, I need this glass right now. I want to be able to get it for myself. That's always been like a very huge form of confrontation with my father. Because my dad would be like, oh, you're my son. I'm an only child. I need to provide for you. But I'm like, nah, I don't need it. So Sapa was the major motivation for me, simply because I wanted to make money. But I now realized one thing is that in the bid to make money, I wasn't growing. So I had to now like rephrase and now say, okay, now I need to grow and make money at the same time. That's why I now started taking things bit by bit. Sage Hassan told me something in 2018, 2019. Sage Hassan said to me that build a house with multiple rooms for your talents. Because when I tell people that I do a lot of things, they're like, oh, what can we actually identify with? So when I started, the journey was not easy. Guys, I would say this for free. We did trek. I remember when I used to tell people that I was saving money. I was saving my transport to buy data to learn how to blog and how to write. Like, I would trek for those that know Jos very well, I would trek from Kadima. From inside Kadima to Gadabu. My house was in Rukuba Road. I'll trek that distance. There was a time when I trekked from New Government House to my house.
This new government
house. Because I go record song.
You must have been really inspired.
No, I was not inspired. I was looking for ways to make it, man. So, it was not really... But the thing here is that with the journey, I'm learning to improve myself and to be better. And I'm also learning to like tell people that are my age as well that are just starting and people that are a bit younger and even older that are also starting like the mistakes I made. This is mistakes you don't have to make as well. So for the creativity side, it was just, I want to just be heard. I want to be known. I want to have a name. I want to have a presence. I want a situation whereby my gifts can be able to help me get into rooms that I can be privileged to sit down with people that are, because I love sitting down with people that are way ahead of me so that I can sit down to learn. I love to listen. That's why for general public, they'll think I'm like a snob. If I go to a place where I don't know anybody, I sit down and I'm trying to understand who is who here, what is this person saying, what is this person saying, what's the tone of the conversation. So that when I'm able to talk to this person, I can relate to you at your level. Like now, he's a lawyer. I know how to like relate to him as a lawyer. I can't just go and start talking to him. I don't. So that's just the thing. So, but the creativity here was just make the name, make the money, make the impact. But I had to now switch it now to make the impact, make the money, then you can make the name. I don't really say name like that too. Except say you'd ask me for my account number, I'll tell you my real name.
I feel like it comes, you see, these things come naturally. People must understand the financial
no, definitely, man.
Strata, because a lot of people are heavily interested in, okay, I want to get money, I want to get money, I want to get money.
Yeah, the money will come. The thing here is
but you have to build a base for it to, okay, you want the money to come, okay, so how does it, what channel does it get to you?
That's the thing. Like, the thing here is people don't understand that before you start making money, like I tell people, before you start making demands, right? Are you worth that demand? Now, as someone that I'm learning investments, I'm learning how to invest. I'm learning like the financial aspect of investments and every single thing. I always ask certain questions. Like, I work with a lot of artists, and when an artist tells me my bill is 100K, the first question I ask the person is, if I will pay you this, I'm okay paying you this because I don't like pricing creatives. Because I'm a creative as well. But they don't price me 2.5. And 2 plates of rice with moss to MC.
You know, I see that as a way a lot of people undervalue.
Like,
true. Like what it means to be creative, like to be a creative. They see it as, especially because it's not something you are buying.
Yeah.
They will just say, not to just come stage, come shout,
come talk, 2 hours. So,
say, photographer, they charge 500K. Nobody to just put camera, press, shut up. You for run of them.
So, like, I don't like to price, right? As I was saying, guys. But I asked the question, I'm going to pay you. Like, somebody recently, the guy was, my guys wanted to invite him, and they told me to be the negotiator and everything. And the guy goes, my bill is 200K. And you people have to provide that. We have to provide him an SUV that will come pick him from his house. We have to provide... he listed everything.
Those are valid, though.
Yeah. Those are valid.
You have to.
Then I asked him a question. I said, bro, if I pay you this money, right? Like, I'm going to ensure that my guys pay you this money. Will we be able to recoup
what we are spending?
Twice what we are spending on you? That was the question. And the guy was like, they have given him something to go think about.
So you didn't think about it before.
No, people just give...
It is not just him.
Not just him.
I am taking some courses now when it has to do with entertainment law, and I'm like, someone is mentoring me, and I'm just learning bit by bit. And one thing I realize is that a lot of creatives, especially those that have not, like maybe especially those that are still trying to at the base level or they're just coming up, there's the absence of KPIs. There's nothing you want to do that you cannot put KPIs. For me as a lawyer now, if someone is telling me to do a case and I'm billing 600,000, I'm billing 1 million, there's an expectation. The person already has a preset KPI. But when it comes to creativity, nobody is really thinking about that. And that's why, for instance, I'm going to be honest about this now. There are some things I do, and some people I work with, I'll just say, don't worry. I'll tell them, they're like, they want to pay. I'm like, don't worry, don't pay yet. Let's see how far we go. I'd rather do a contingency arrangement with them than pay, because I know that certain KPIs have to apply, because in other words, you must show working. You want me to pay you 200,000 naira? You must show working.
I've refunded money.
Can you bring this like number of people? What if you say we want to bring you now to influence now? What are the KPIs? how many clicks am I getting? How many people are coming to the table because of your adverts or whatever it is you are doing? Your name on the billboard, what does that do for us?
What is the value of
What is
your
the value
influence?
of all of those things? So, and in creative industry, a lot of people do not
They
they don't really think about it, because that's one thing I've noticed in terms of trying to study entertainment, like law, trying to look into.
Now I feel like
entertainment
the only reason why you would have seen it that way is because now you are studying entertainment law.
Law.
So you understand that this thing is a business.
No, it's
No,
a
and that
business.
Now, a lot of creatives do not understand that.
And
No, it's a business.
And it is
See.
erroneous for them not to understand this, because I was reading a book by one of these American lawyers, very famous American lawyers for entertainment law, and he said that is the mistake most artists make. Because once they start that way, it feeds into everything.
It's very
everything
hard.
they do,
It's very
they
hard.
can't really grow so much, and sometimes they get into like really unscrupulous. They meet with unscrupulous people that just take advantage of them, because these things now. Because if you are working in an office, there's a KPI for being in an office. If you are working, because you will tell, if you ask you what you do now, you tell me you're an artist, I'm a writer, I'm a this. So then there has to be KPIs. What KPIs are you going to give me? I had an interview with a lady recently. She's in the UK. She got me through like a friend on LinkedIn recommended her to me. So she got my email. So I had to tell her, this is what I bring to the table. So she was able to say, okay, she told me something like, I already see what we can achieve in the next 3 months. With this, like, if you can bring these KPIs, I already see what we can achieve 3 months. So this is our arrangement. So went on to talk further. But when an artist refuses or they don't see it, because if a doctor has a clear defined KPI, it's supposed to make you well. You go to an oncologist, for instance, to consult for your cancer. It's supposed to make you well. You go to a lawyer, you have set of KPIs. So what makes you feel that this thing you are doing is a job, and it's not vibe and inshallah. You are actually working, because you will tell people you are working.
It's actually
So
the
there's-
vibe and inshallah.
for them,
No,
for a lot
no.
of them.
To be honest with you, right, I'm going to be very honest here and very blunt. It's the vibe and inshallah where we are right now. Because I always tell people, see, and the thing that he said now is something I've said with someone. I think maybe this book, I read part of it because I have this very bad reading habit of I'll open this book and I'll close it. But I told somebody something. I said, a lot of artists, older artists, start on the free basis. And then when a younger person comes, it's a problem for that younger person. Because first things first, there's easy access. Take, for instance, now, I want to book an MC for an event, and I meet Social Malam. And Social Malam tells me my bill is 500K. And then there's mute. And I'm like, but I know mute. You need to charge me like 100.
My guy.
Now my guy. You understand? And that's the thing, because they've built it on the foundation of vibes and inshallah.
Yeah.
I understand that these vibes and inshallah, but a lot of them don't understand that it's also business as well at the same time. Because when you understand the business aspect, like if you tell people that this is absolutely going to feed me. Bro, the first time I got paid for writing, as in after secondary school, like officially, I got paid for writing. Then I now realized that I've been just a throwaway content for Facebook. And then I now had to sit down and start reviewing every single thing I was doing. I was like, okay, so I can actually make this thing. But a lot of them, because of maybe the environmental strata or the environmental structure or the social structure or the religious circle that they find themselves in, sometimes I don't blame people. Sometimes I don't blame. And particularly, I know that they may not be cool with this. The Christian guys, I don't blame them. But I always tell them one thing. This thing you are doing, it is both business and ministry. Because producer no go chop, God bless you.
Yeah.
When you want to go record.
The God bless you, I don't chop for this line.
Drama boy.
Now he run. Guys, he used to be a drummer.
In church.
He used
Church.
to. He used to be a very, very good one, Kuma.
But he left. That time we've been a go. Man, shock you. We've been a go record your drum to come learn.
Nah,
Come play. No jokes, bro. No jokes.
Can you show me for camera? Come down to the
No jokes. We've been a go recording this thing to just come and learn, right?
Honestly, it was a lot of people would call me, like, there's this man in my church, Mr. Philip Yaki. He would like, what's up? Why you not? I'm like, sir, I feel like that ship has sailed. Not completely, because if you look at it, we are still in the creative space. It's all part of creativity.
Yeah.
And as at that time, I think the last time I had this conversation with someone, I was telling the person, I was like, okay, I officially stopped playing drums like 5, 6 years ago. Why? As at that time, we had like 5 guys in my church that were playing drums. I looked around like, okay, what is the plan for all these guys? So all of us will just go and gather day. they do it. Then we'll come and argue. Let me play pass you. Let me play pass. Meanwhile, all of us, I play pass you, but me and you will see the year. We'll try go out.
No, but you see this comparison thing. Let me tell you something, bro. Maybe because of how I was raised, right? I don't buy the idea of comparing people.
Yeah.
Because we're all meant to compliment.
Yes.
What I buy the idea of is, right, what can I learn from this person?
This guy.
See, I kid you not. There was someone I worked for before, and this guy taught me digital marketing.
Wow.
I went back to this man. Like, we're having a weird conversation. We're just talking about some things here and there. And this man tells me, that the way you are now, I can't even afford you anymore. This is somebody that trained me in digital marketing, and he was, I can't afford you anymore now. You're a big boy now. I'm like, sir, no, I'm your boy. Like, no, I'm not saying it because of any single thing. The moment we start comparing ourselves, instead of learning how to better ourselves, bro, there is a lot of creative talent in this town, but everybody wants to be an artist. Nobody wants to be a fan.
Talking about this town now, just as a creative hub now. So, like, are we going to say that Jos has a strong creative community?
We don't have a creative community.
No.
I'm sorry.
You just have a bunch of people doing.
See, I'm going to say something. There are more gangs and cliques in Jos than the boys that collect your phone. No,
seriously, I want to understand. Like, then give me like.
No, like, let me tell you something, right? We don't have a community. What makes a community? It's just like when you say industry. What makes an industry? An industry definitely has suppliers.
Mm-hmm.
Then it has buyers. Then it has retailers. But we don't have that here.
It has consumers.
It has consumers.
Yeah.
We don't have the community. What is the community? See, we have people that are trying to build a community. I applaud them. The guys that are trying to build a community are like the tech guys.
Yes.
They are trying to organize that community in such a way whereby people are being able to benefit from there. Now, a community consists of people who are above. It has 3 levels. There are entry levels, there are intermediaries, and then there are seniors. And now, within this thing, the entry level guys are just coming in to learn. They're just new. They're newbies. Intermediaries they're not yet there, but they're better than the entry level.
Yeah.
Professional guys are already at the top. And these guys, with their network, you're able to access opportunities.
Yeah.
Please tell me how many opportunities that can people easily access down here? Because in a way, there are opportunities, no cap, no doubt. But we sort of like hoard it. That's why I say there is no community. We sort of like hoard it. Why I say there are cliques and gangs is, me and my guys, 4 of us here now, we can decide, make we start podcasts. And our podcast will just be stationed on, let us just castigate other guys that are doing every other thing. And there's an event happening in Jos. Let's say Clinton knows the event. Clinton will not text all of us. When they come this event, this event will be my team now. Not my team, we will not come. And then, since we will not come, or maybe since Clinton's face is not on the flyer, as expected, Clinton will not go and start bad-mouthing it. And then 3 of us within this room will not amplify it because definitely we all have our sense of network and influence as well. And we have people that follow us. That's why I say there are more cliques and gangs. Yes. See, bro, when they gang up on you, they don't gang up on me before.
The thing is, I see this thing on X. Sometimes I look at it, I'm like, look at this motherfucker. Like, all of you are fucking broke and poor. You just sit down in your room with 200 naira data and you are chatting shit about people. Like, and if you look at those people, go through their platforms, they're not creating any value.
Yeah.
They call themselves influencers in this Jos.
They are influencers in Jos. No,
this particular ones I'm talking about, I do not think that they are influencers, because if you really look at it, they are not influencing shit. No brand, they are not ambassadors to any brands. They are not. If you ask them when was the last time you made any money from this thing, what are they going to say?
Let me tell you something, right? That is where, like I said something on my social media accounts today. Jos has the license now to host the next Mr. and Miss Tourism Africa, right? Now, how much do we invest in our storytelling? How much do we invest in our journalism here? Do you know that, please prove me wrong, I stand to be corrected, but do you know that there are no adequate or even there are no standing journalism forums or platforms here. See, we have bloggers, I respect them, right? But do we properly do very good journalistic reports here in Jos? We do not do that because let me give you an instance. I'm currently undergoing like my final days of training as to become a journalist, as what they say in my department. But take for instance now, there was a time the governor of Plateau State brought Yakubu Gowon and Obasanjo to this town. These are two heads of states, two past heads of states. Look at story angles that we can explore. Two heads of states came to this event. They came to cover events. That shows peace and sustainability. That shows what Jos is as the home of peace and tourism. Now, if you now cascade it to what is going to happen very soon, Mr. and Ms. Tourism showcases something that Plateau State is coming back. But if you should Google Jos today or Google Plateau, the next thing you will see the killing. You see killing of these people and these people. Whereas we're supposed to be heavily invested in what is happening in Jos. What is I did 2 years, solid 2 years of proper as a tech journalist. And I didn't do as much as I expected to do, but I was able to report the underreported. Bro, there are a lot of stories in Jos, within even the creative industry. There are guys who are doing stuff in this town. I can tell you, there's an artist in Jos that signed a distribution deal. Nobody's sharing about it.
Because nobody knows. Like
that's the thing. And so why I say that maybe these influencers, you say they are not influencing any brand, is because of what is the narrative of Jos? What do people hear when they get out of Jos? What are they seeing out of Jos? How well do we even use our social media in the Jos?
Yeah, you just like talking about how well do you use the social media. I think that's one angle mute is coming. You understand? I could remember there was one time one bass boost was going on Jos X. Some people were doing it, and they were busy doing harassment gig. So, and at the end of the day,
and them being influencers.
You understand?
But are you they collect money to do for both?
So I was telling someone, I think I even shared it with you. I said, the so-called influencers, who they call influencers, they do their bass boost. Then we dey here, they collect gig. You understand? So there's this narrative that we don't like pushing. We within ourselves here in Jos, you understand? It's just all about the negative stuff and other things. There was something that happened on X, like 2 years ago, where one NGO was giving a business grant for some people. It was kind of a war between Kaduna and Jos people.
It was a war.
You understand?
Kaduna
X people, they don't drag each other. They rallied behind themselves.
And they got more of the grants.
You understand? And they made sure they got the grant. I think it was like 5 million.
Yeah.
I think 2 people won the grant before Jos people. One Jos person won it. So you could imagine that is the narrative they are even selling. What are you selling?
What are you selling?
Today now, if you see me, you know that, okay, I'm selling hiking or my influencing job or other things. But there are some people that you just see them. You understand? Even their own brand, they promote. Like, you see person go say they sell perfume, for example. But you go through the profile, you don't even see anything like that. So there are lots to do. Just like what you said, almost.
But there's a lot to do. I see the creative industry in Jos, right? It's growing. Because how long have you been in Jos, bro?
Over 4 years.
Over 4 years. Maybe you may not relate, but people that have stayed in Jos and they're mute and social media will relate to this. Once upon a time in Jos, we were paying 500 naira gate fee. It increased to 1,000 naira. It increased to 2,000 naira. It increased to 3,000. Now we are paying 5K.
Yeah.
That shows that there is growth. Now, the question here is, what is going to be the sustainability of these growths? See, tech products are coming out of Jos. In the past 10 years, I would say from 2015 till date, there has been like massive tech products that are coming in, that are being created in this state. The question I always ask is, why are they not properly reported? See, the moment we start to understand that the growth of an industry or of a community, as we want to say, is dependent on all of us, that's when everybody will now start saying that, the money will actually go around. Because right now, we are seated at the table trying to figure out where the 1 square meal is going to come from. And creatives constantly will come out, as creatives will come up with, let us argue. Let us complain. Then now, there's also another de facto thing that goes on where people are bringing up the ideology of collaboration.
Yeah.
And now the question I always ask is, what are we collaborating towards? Who are we collaborating for? Whom will be the recipient of this collaboration? How well will this collaboration impact the society? And at the end of the day, are we all going to smile? Because people will tell you, come, let us collaborate. It's a use and dump situation. Sometimes it's good to be used because I can't count how many times I've been used. See, along my journey, I keep learning every single time. Bro, we've lost money. He was mentioning KPI. I have refunded money because of not meeting up to even KPIs. I have refunded like money to people and be like, oh, I'm sorry, this didn't pull through. I refunded some. I refunded parts. Some I refunded full. I'm not all that perfect. But the question here is, within the creative industry, within the creativity, how well are we harnessing it? I was reading a tweet yesterday before the start of this recording. I was even telling Social Malam. The guy was talking about, if you go on X now, there's been an argument about nipple babies. Nipple babies and non-nipple babies. Okay. And the guy was talking about NATO C. And under the thread, he said, do you know how many, the kind of talents we choke inside Jaws? Bro, I had to share that thing on my story. Like, the kind of talents we do inside Jaws. See, if you go to Tudun Wada, you know how many rappers you go jam? But the question here is, do we have the enabling environment for these creatives to actually bud and blossom?
Yeah.
There's always anytime I go for government functions, I hear public-private partnership, the PPP. The question here I ask is, what is next for that? Who are the people that are doing this? Do we have programs, mentoring programs? Because young people need to actually be mentored. Now, you can't mentor people when you do not even have the resources to actually mentor them. Because as a young person, when I was coming up, I wasn't even looking at like young guys. I was looking at young guys within this town, but also looking at people outside this town. Because if you're going to come and tell me that, I need you to come, let me tutor you. You know the normal way now. What is in your accounts? That's the first thing. But if the OGs are not actually making it per se, then why should I come and be under you? And then again, people need to also kill the ideology of we're in a competition. It's a rat race. We're not actually in a competition. We're just in a rat race and everybody's trying to just make it out. But however, you can still win that rat race together. So the creative industry in Jos is growing. I'll give it that. Like there's been like real-time growth, real-time changes. Formerly, we were in an era of SoundCloud in Jos. People were on SoundCloud. I remember, I can tell you albums of artists that I downloaded on SoundCloud. Then we cascaded to AudioMac. Right now, we're in a streaming era, which is fantastic. But the question I also used to ask is, this streaming era that we are in, how are we utilizing it properly? Because it seems like still some people are still trapped on the AudioMac. And then, how many yes men do we have around us? Because a lot of people have so many yes men. Guy, you're jam bang. And the moment you keep hearing that, do you have people that can constructively listen to and just be like, okay, this thing you did, this song you did, this song you did, this song you did. Bro, I still have friends that anytime I still record music. Flair did a new song called Divine is on his EP. And when Flair sent me the song, I listened to it. I sent him a message. This jam makes sense for you. And I was like, guy, this jam, wait. I said, no problem. I sent it to my friends. I said, listen to this music and tell me what you think. And all of them were like, this bar would have been better, this would have been, but since you guys are already putting it out, no problem. Do you need yes men at this point? So your journey, you need to also identify when your journey is going to start and then now start moving. Because the moment you do not understand where your journey is going to start, that's where lots of us fail along the way. Where are we starting this journey? Are we starting it at Gadabu? Are we starting it at Polo?
So you just spoke at length about structure, mentorship, a lot of all those things. And it brings me to one of the points that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I said to you as when we were talking back behind before we started recording, I was like, today I was going to drag your Oga. And anybody that knows me knows that I love MI. Like, this is probably the first time I'm going to say this. Yeah. MI is actually the reason why I decided I was going to become a rapper.
So it was not even me.
Sharp.
It be your own people,
I
bro.
don't know before you even finish secondary school, sir. They play.
So when I call you, start the rap things up.
So when this album Talk About It came out, that was like 08.
That was 08.
I finished secondary school in 09.
I entered secondary school 09.
So as at that time, when I listened to Talk About It, I was like, damn, who be this guy? Anybody that knows me knows that, okay, I've always loved rap. I think I wrote my first 16 bars in 2009. You get? So that's how it started for me. And I let me not say I idolize MI, but MI is there, top beans for me. Now, I have a very, very, very big problem with M. And what's that problem? From I think Chalk Boys were the last set of people to blow out of Jos. After Chalk Boys, musically, maybe movies and other things, maybe other people popped out. But after the Chalk Boys, MI, Jesse Jags, Ice Prince, Ruby Gang, Jeremiah Gang, that was it. From then, we've not had anybody. And I think I remember having a conversation with one of my uncles. He was saying that, why is it that, like, before, every artist you hear, oh, that guy, no, not just artist now, that trending artist, not just artist now, that trending. He was like, what happened? All of a sudden, we are not getting anybody from Jos again. What's the problem? And I couldn't have an answer. This was like over 6-7 years ago. And today I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, so what really happened? Why do we call you OG?
Now, okay.
Because I've not finished.
Finish.
In my own opinion, right? In my own opinion, MI is still there, top level in Nigerian standard, African rapper number 1, Nigerian rapper, nobody comes close and all of that. But I think that when we are looking at it as per Jos Boys, we are Jos guys, I don't think MI has done shit. And that's why I feel like the hype we give MI, he has not really deserved that hype. In Jos, Nigeria level, of course, MI is prolific, is all of that. But in Jos, the way they hype MI, the way they hype Ice Prince, these niggas don't shit for nobody.
So the first question I'm going to ask is, why is MI always the point of contact? Because there's still Ice Prince, there's still Jesse.
That's what I'm saying. If you look at...
Secondly, the second question I'm going to ask is, do you remember that there was a time of Grip Boys? There was Endia, there was Young L, there was Chopsticks. So you see that there were still just guys. Thirdly, have you followed what MI and us have been building with Task? What we've been doing with Task. Fourthly, I'm going to ask another question. How many of the Jos guys, right, are active artists online? Now, you see these questions, bro, because
I don't know. When you finish, can you tell us a little bit more? You said something about what you and MI have been building.
Yeah,
so
you talk about it.
I'll talk about it.
Give us a little bit more insight from that.
Anytime, I'm not saying this because I work for Task or I work under MI and everything, but anytime people always hear when we talk about, I go out and people will be like, your boss this, your boss that. And the next question I just ask is, why is he the only person you people always point out?
Because we look at him as a leader.
You look at him as a leader. Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't even want to identify as the leader. That's the funny thing. If you
look at him as a leader.
No, if you meet him out, you'll be like, yeah, I beg. I just want to do what I do. Because there's still also Ice. Ice is still there. And the question is, what has gone on? Now, there are people that he has actually put on, but just that they are not artists per se. They are not on the microphone. For instance, Jace King. Jace King produced the last Chocolate City Cypher. Jace is an, I think, 300 level now, student of sociology, University of Jos. That is his elder brother, G+, still is still working with MI and every single thing. There's Sammy Gyan, that's still from Jos, that's still doing stuff. So there's still a lot of people, bro, it's just that on the music front now, they are not there. Which brings me to the question of how many guys, right? I know a lot of people may not feel so comfortable with this, but how many people are active artists on social media where you want to get signed? I've seen artist contracts. I started learning about law. He is learning entertainment law. I started learning about entertainment law when I started working at Task to understand the nitty-gritties of these things. How many artists right now, like, if I should ask you, Mute, when was the last time you recorded?
You mean I'm not an active artist? Everybody knows that.
See, you're not an active artist. How many active artists, right, are there and ready? How many artists do we have that are ready?
I feel there are a lot of them that are ready.
You feel?
Yes, and I know that there are a lot of them that are ready.
Feelings have nothing to do with data.
I want to go back to what he said now because I can relate with that question of how many are active online because the world has evolved in such a way that if you are not visible, I'm sorry, no matter how
nobody's going to see you.
I don't agree with you. You know why I don't agree?
Let me ask you a question, bro. Wait. See,
you may not.
We've done Incredible Music Festival here in the city of Jos, right? And we've done this not 1, not 2, not 3 years, right, bro? And I can tell you that we've had more of J-Town artists than, and I can also beat my chest. We've paid J-Town artists more than any event in this town.
Can I go back to like the point I was making?
Yeah.
The truth is that while you may say you don't agree, but looking at from the perspective, now I'm going to look at the perspective of like, let's say corporate Nigeria now, and like the kind of work we do. One of the top HR women, I met her in Lagos City. She was like, honestly, the way things are moving so fast, nobody really has that time to be doing that combing for diamonds in the rough.
Fact.
It's because if you are there and you are visible, they'll give you the job. I was telling you earlier about the job I got now. It's possible that a lot of people are more qualified to like get this gig. But because this other person had been seeing me on...
You're constantly showing up.
I'm showing up on my LinkedIn now because that's what I use. And the person already understands that, okay, with all of these persons posting with my results, he can get the job done. So not too much talk, not too much interview. Because it's a lot of money. Because HR, talking now from the perspective of like corporate now. HR people, they consider cost, companies consider cost of, okay, so now going to look for diamonds in the rough, putting out applications, the interview time, all that downtime to get the person. While there's somebody who is there.
Who is already there. I believe, the thing is, right, I believe that we must also understand that sometimes we do certain things. We do certain difficult tasks. Why? Because we have love for certain places. Now, let me.
That is you being emotional.
No, I'm not.
That's what I see.
Love will not pay your bills.
No, I know now. I know there's emotion. You know me very well. You know that I don't. When it comes to work ethic, I don't take anything less. When it comes to work, when it comes to okay, can this person do the job? Can this person deliver? Now, one of the responses I give people when I look at MI right now, I'm like, oh, MI is coming back to Jos. Why didn't they come back to Jos now? My own opinion, I feel like he has understood that Southern Nigeria is not going to accept him. This is what I think. I feel that he already knows that because I feel all these years, all from 2009 to 2002 when he started coming back to Jos, like back to back constantly and all of that, he realized that these people are never going to accept me. And for me, I feel like, nigga, didn't you know? Because you must understand that there's something in Nigeria. Nigeria is heavily divided.
For fact.
Nigeria is divided by region, by tribalism, by religion. Nigeria is heavily divided.
Political class and everything.
You get? So now, am I trying to like fit into the, I'm in Lagos. Lagosians will accept me. Yes, the people who listen to music, the fans will accept you. But the organizations, the industry, the people, the strong pullers, they will never accept you. You know why? They will always accept Vector higher than you. Why? Because Vector is a robber. Let us not lie. This is a fact. If you go to the East, no matter how good you are, you will not be better than Fino. You may be better than Fino on the streets. People who listen to me, you're like, this guy is bad, this guy is deep. But if you're not Igbo and you are in Enugu now, no matter how good you are, the organizations, the big corporations, they will not accept you. For me, I feel like MI understood this later after trying to woo them with, oh, I'm good, yeah, you are good, you have all the creativity, you have all the talent in the world, you have all the skill. But these people they will not accept you. So this is what I think. I think MI realized that these guys are not going to accept me. Let me come back home. Home will always be home. No matter how fucked up you get, if you come back as your mama will collect you. You don't get where they won't push you go. So that's why I feel MI came back and is now doing incredible music. Now start seeing how, okay, he can do this, he can do that, bring up our guys. And you see that the result is way better than before. Trying to get this, because they will never accept you.
see, bro, I get where you're coming from, right? But here's the thing that you should also notice that how I wish I think I would link you up with G Plus. G Plus, well, we've had this conversation elsewhere where G Plus said that G Plus is MI's engineer. He does mix and mastering professionally. Even the cipher, he was the one that did it. And G Plus we're talking, and he said somebody asked him, "What have you done for Joss?" I'm not saying this maybe because I say people be like, "Oh, he works for Task and everything," but MI has done very much for Joss. There are lots of people that he has actually put on. The question here is, why haven't these people like shown gratitude as well? Why haven't this? You said something about the Southwest would accept you. Do you know there's something I've learned from the people from the core North?
Yeah.
And what is that loyalty? How many of us are loyal in Jos? See, let's ask ourselves like the very deep question.
Yeah.
Like when I said how many artists are active when I mean active, right? I'll give an example. There's this, you know First Class.
Yeah.
First Class had a hit song called Genzi Arewa. And what did First Class do? The next thing, my guy hits the streets. Check out First Class's last single. Go down. See the people that handled distribution. There are rumors that he's been signed to them. That is the thing I keep saying. He's coming back because he wants to build this place. Upon his appointment as honorary special advisor to the governor on this thing, he saw the need. He has always seen the need. He always says it. Anytime we have a conversation, he always goes, Jos is home. I want to build Jos. Last year, the campaign for the Incredible Music Festival was, come to Jos, come to Jos, come to Jos. We had people coming into Jos to come celebrate Christmas and attend the Incredible Music Festival. He was actively pushing the Jos Christmas Family Festival because he's always the come to Jos, come to Jos. That has even been his mantra even before I started working with him. Like when I was coming close to him, it was always come to Jos, come to Jos, come to Jos. But the question here is Jos really ready? Are we really ready? Because here's the thing. See, there's something you should understand. I was studying something yesterday. There's a business model under music that goes, no record label will... See, record labels sign artists and they run at a deficit. Because, take it, how many artists now that I will sign? How many artists will I sign today? Like, let's say you are a record exec. How many artists would you sign today that will give you, let's say your label has, let's say your label has who would I use now? A one-day co. And you have the opportunity of signing a younger artist in Jos. Would that younger artist give you the money One Day Co's catalog is giving you? That's the thing. Like, it's a very tough decision when it comes to signing artists. See, before I used to think that when I was actively doing music, my goal was I get signed, I make money, I blow money, I go. But then again, now I'm understanding that, okay, if I'm getting signed now, and Don Jazzy said that if he signs you, he's spending like 250 to 500 million naira. And is there a possibility I'll get it that year? Nobody's getting it that year. And nobody wants to put his money inside something. Because, come on, we had India. There was a grip. That's why I said there was a time of grip boys. I still go back to who did not, as a young boy in Jos, did not rap India 48. I'm always in front of them, like me. But the question now will be, where's India? Who in Jos did not sing Pass Me the Ox? The question is, where is Young Air?
So what's the problem? Is it that
the problem is that
because you cannot tell me that these guys are not good?
The question
is it that they don't have the work ethic to stay relevant or what?
There is talent in Jos, but the question is, what is the sustainability of the talent? Bro, talent will take you very far, but
character.
What is your character?
Yeah.
What is your hard work? What is your work ethic? You have an event. I've seen events here in Jos, bro, where I've been project manager for events. I can call concerts that I've been project managers. I've worked behind the scenes and everything. And an artist, you are an artist. The call time for you to come for a sound check is by 7 p.m. As an artist, you are coming there by 9 p.m.
For what?
drunk as ever. Can you add that part?
No, even this one is even. I'm even going. I'm not coming to that side.
If they're going 9 for waiting,
I'm coming to the. This is the church guys who coming by 9, and then you're there by 9. Your backup guys would not come till like maybe 9:30, 10, and then when they come, they will not start telling you we are leaving far now. We want to go, we want to go, we want to go. You guys just do. We give you all the glory, and by like 5-10 minutes, you guys are gone. Now, then there's somebody. Let me now go to the other side. What they will say is secular guys. The secular guys, 9, you're coming by 12. This thing happened in my presence, and I was looking at the guys like, there's an artist that was supposed to even perform at the last event. Bro didn't even show up for rehearsal. It was a last minute decision that, man, we just have to replace this guy. He didn't show up and he was paid though. He had to refund our money. He didn't show up for rehearsal. He didn't send his music. And this is the last Incredible Music Festival was a live music festival. You didn't send your music. You didn't show up for rehearsal. Tell me now, if you were a music exec, bro, would you sign that person?
No, honestly speaking, right? You know, I'm very, very honest. And I'm not going to...
I think you should call this podcast the Honestly Speaking.
And I'm not going to come and talk about, MI didn't do this, MI didn't do that. And also, like you said, we have a lot of annoyingly lazy bunch of artists. They are so annoying. Like, I work with these people. Like, in fact, somebody was saying to me, I'm trying to come back into making music and all of that. And then I want to start just enjoying music, recording covers. And someone was like, why don't you get somebody to do my guitarist, Kelvin Coldpain? He was like, why don't you get somebody to back up for you? I was like, yeah, it's a good idea, but man, I don't like working with artists. He was like, no, just get a random person because I cannot work. I don't like working with, they are so annoying. I feel like I should just strangle and kill it.
And I feel this is why, like I said earlier about the downtime to look for diamond in the rough. Because by the time I'm interviewing 6 people, I'm doing a follow-up interview. Let's say that I'm already getting a picture that maybe out of these 6 now, maybe now only one nice that seems to have the kind of work ethic that is ready to go through with this process. And that is already a lot. While there's one guy who may not be as good. But from his post on LinkedIn, I already understand, from his post on LinkedIn, I already understand the trajectory, I understand the image. I'd rather go for that person.
Do you know that?
They're not many. That's the problem.
How did Son get to Moses Bliss?
Yeah, that was.
Have you asked yourself? Son is my homeboy. How did Son get to Moses Bliss?
Yeah.
Son was constantly when I was actively making music with Son. Son is I always tell people that Son is a beast. Son was always the first guy to come to the studio, and he would be the last guy to leave the studio. We were using 3 days. 3 days, 1 week. 3 days, in fact, 3-5 1 week. 3-5 1 week. That's 3-5-7. We're using 3-5-7 to record EPs. I'm not saying singles, EPs. And it was constant. It got to a point that his elder brother, there was a project we were running, his elder brother broke down completely. He couldn't be on that project. But we were doing this. And Son was always posting. Always posting.
Funny, in Don Jazzy,
the next thing.
There's a post on Don Jazzy that said the same thing. He said, you say, okay, you're an artist, want me to sign you. You say, when some of those comments that people post on that, whatever, he goes and click on, randomly, you can just click. And he sees there's only 2 videos of you actually singing. And it's like,
so the question you should ask yourself is, what has happened to just artists? See, I'm sorry, guys, to the people watching this. But do you know that there's a heavy sense of entitlement mentality here?
Yeah.
Yes.
That.
Not just like generally, I've noticed.
There's a heavy sense of, and this entitlement mentality goes, now my own, I suppose get
them.
You don't
be like
something. There was a rejection email I got recently, right? There was something I was looking for. It's a journalism thing. And when I got it, I had scaled past interview, past everything. What was the reason why I didn't even get it? I mean, I live in Jos. I'm in Nigeria. They were looking for someone, but they didn't even really specify. They were looking for someone outside Nigeria. And then I reached out to the person. Initially, my thoughts when I saw it, I was going to write to them and say, you guys made a mistake not picking me. I wrote the email draft though. Then I looked at it. Then the first question I asked myself is, who am I?
Who the hell do you think?
Who am I? Then I now deleted it. So I was now talking to the one of the guys that worked there, and I was like, okay, why didn't I get this thing? And this guy was like, bro, the only problem that you had was you don't live in this country, the country they wanted. That was all. But here we believe, not my own. I'm supposed to be like, I get feedback from people where, because of I work at task, they go, I suppose this is your stage now. I be your guy. Why you don't put me on?
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No. Yes, the funny thing, right? Because I don't talk, I'm a person that I always take feedback and I just swallow it. But I always used to tell them that there are times when the people, because we have different departments, I handle marketing and comms, and they're like looking for artists and everything. And I send a recommendation. I'd be like, see this artist. And the next thing is, the guys at the music and projects team goes, send their social media. And I send social media.
Empty.
First is first. They sometimes they will tell you, bring Instagram, Twitter. And sometimes they'll say, bring Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And then when you send it, there was one I sent. To be honest with you, my bro, I sent this thing. You are an artist. Please tell me what business you have with blogging.
Now hustle now. Man must stop.
But that is what. But you see,
now you see where
especially now, because you have to already position yourself to look like
you get
the thing. If not, it's just what it is.
It's just what it is
right now in business. Because a lot of people are trying to. When it comes to business, people are trying to cut out downtime, cut out costs for a lot of things. So once they see what looks like the real
what they are looking
they
for,
will just.
So you mean say now if I take my music serious, you go,
bro, I kid you not, right? If see anybody way serious for waiting.
See, I'm telling you about something I got on LinkedIn now. Only 2 months ago, I decided to really optimize my LinkedIn. It was just there, and I'm like, I'm doing great. I walk into some rooms, I'm like, but what's it they happen now? My friends were having a conversation, they just said it. The thing just clicked. And like some of those things that I know I've not been getting, some of those rejection emails is because of visibility.
That's all.
Because they need to be certain that you are not. Like, how can you open someone's social media, an artist, blog?
When I get when I know you say you post crayfish,
you open say why do you open my LinkedIn now? I'm telling you, I'm into social impact and development, and you are seeing something about something
just random
or random post.
You understand? Your bio doesn't really show who you are.
Because if the image is not there, because especially for people who are competing, when you are crafting your image, the mindset should be that I'm competing with global talent. People are go and see some of those.
Here's the thing about Clinton. Here's the shocker. A lot of people here in Jos, I'm sorry, their composition is the people in Jos.
Yes, in Jos. Yes.
It doesn't make see.
It won't allow you to.
It won't allow you to like. Come on.
You won't
At the moment, okay. Like, let me give you an instance. The first time, bro, I emceed TomTom's events when TomTom came to Jos. When they were doing that, they were going round town, round campuses, round states and everything. So they brought even an MC out of Jos. They flew their MC into town. And when their MC came, due to we know Jos weather,
broke down.
She broke down. And then they were looking for an MC. And if I tell you the number of tests I don't miss, bah. Like, God, how I never get carried over, now only Jesus knows. And I was in school that day. My phone, I just see my phone. I was about writing a test too. I picked the call. And the person was like, hello, is this? I was like, yes, sir. And he goes, can you please come to Crest? They didn't even tell me it was TomTom. Just told me, can you come to Crest? Then, as I was ending that call, I saw a text from one of my bond. He was like, bro, how far I don't need to try to get to you, where you did. So I give some people your number, they need MC. And as I was going to the Crest, the person called me again. Say, hello, this. Can you please send us your social media handles?
It's always
I was still on the road, my brother. I carry drop. This is not person will get tests. That course, when I see C, my full chest. When I see my friends let me check my result. When they send my result, I see C. I say, Father Lord, no be CEO. At least when they hold the O, man hold the C. And then when I was going, I sent it to them. When I got to Crest, I saw everywhere branded. I wear joggers and sneakers with t-shirt and hoodie. I got there and they were like, oh, yeah, you the one. Okay, we like your profile. Can you MC this event? They were not like, but you are not dressed for the occasion. That is still coming back to what he was talking about VCB. I was not there. I had to run home. My brother, I carry keke that day. I tell the keke man, carry me. I'm not even surprised. Just take
Carry me, go, wait for me, man.
Just carry me, go. Wait for me, I go change. You carry me, come back. The guy was like, Oga, I said, Oga, where they go? I came back. And when we were done and everything, TomTom guys were now like, one of the TomTom guys there was now like, we went through your social media and we want to ask you a very honest question. Who are you? Do you know how to...
They saw a lot going on.
They saw a lot going on. I'm doing music. I was not like, okay, I do. They were like, please, for sake of next time, can you optimize to do this so that people know who you are and every single thing? And bro, I was like, now, that's how many artists now can we go and ask, who are you? Secondly, how many... Secondly, how many of them have... MI said when he met Black Bones, when he asked Black Bones, how many songs have you recorded? And Black Bones was like, for this month alone? Are you asking about just this month alone? Black Bones had 300 songs recorded. Please, point me to an artist today that you want to sign that has at least 20 songs recorded.
MI, when I sign, I didn't get 300 songs.
No. See, bro, if I...
Wait, you have to understand that.
No, I understand the point. I work ethic. I understand. But MI, when I sign, I didn't get 300 songs.
It's not work ethic.
Evolution has happened.
Bro,
I know.
There's a mad competition in the creative space.
What it is now.
See, there's few years back, like you guys are here. Few years back, you people can bear us witness. If they told us that skit making will make bastard money now, nobody will believe it. But right now, see what skit making is doing. The first question I always ask people is, what is the problem that we are trying to solve? That's another thing again the creative industry needs to start identifying. What problem are you trying to solve? Like, I went for an event one time, and this artist was called on stage. Anytime I remember this, I always laugh. And the guy just goes on stage, right? This is, you are not known, and you're not coming to sell your market. And this guy just goes, like, yo, you already know who it is. Somebody shouted from the back, we don't follow you, right, Wayek? I was sitting at that back, right? I just carried my jacket like this.
They say what here?
The guy was immediately knocked off. And that's like the first thing, like artists, the first thing you should do as an artist is sell yourself. Let people know. A lot of artists will record, like I've seen this thing happen in Jos. They drop a song today on New Music Friday. After a month, they've forgotten that song. But don't you think that there's somebody out there that needs to hear that song recently? Like shamelessly hype and promote yourself. But everybody just feels...
You know, the truth is, let's not take away the fact that promoting music is expensive, and a lot of these guys, like me, I already made.
Let me give you a hack, right? That this is tested, tried, and a hack that you're an artist, right? And should I ever go back to full active music, bro? I told myself if I should go back to active music, wallahi, if I don't blow under 6 months, that means that my village people and music don't really be my thing. But let me give you this hack. You drop a song, or maybe let's say you drop a project, right? Can you identify 100 people? Do like a private 100 people show. Don't aim for too much. Aim for 100 people. Let these 100 people come and they pay for these events, right? Let's say they pay 5K and you are sure of getting them, roughly like small chops and drink, right? You could even like buy wines, like 2-3 bottles of wine and put it for them, these 100 people that come. And then after you are done with these 100 people, after the event, you still follow up with them, like build a community around these 100 people. Now, then you are now like, you're very intentional. When these 100 people sign up, first things first, they are signing up with their date of birth. They're signing up with their residence. They're signing up with name, email, phone number. And you are constantly like checking up and engaging them. These 100 people, mind you, out of these 100 people, not all of them are your fans. But let's just say like out of them, you should get like 20-30% or 10% of them.
At least 10%.
10%. And you are constantly showing up. You've built that human connection with them, right? Then after that, this is promotional. After that, you are now like constantly showing up. Let's say one of them has a birthday. You surprise the person with like an acoustic set. You go to the person's house. You sing, serenade the person. don't you know that? Don't you think that when you want to do your next event, these people are going to go and get it?
Yeah.
A lot of artists, right, do not understand that music promotion is expensive, but it's also like dating. It's like you checking a babe.
There's a name for this. There's an actual like corporate name for what you're describing. And one thing I like about this experience you're giving, because that might always be my issue with people. They will tell you, I just did this consistency show. I'm like, can you please tell us what you actually did? What you
actually do.
That's why I love like what he's saying now, because
Like, this is something that I've
this is what it
tested,
is.
approved, and I've done it. Like
as an artist
bro,
watching now. Next, go and try this formula. This
go and try it. It's a factual thing. Like, you are doing
like
step by step. Like, oh, these 100 people, I'm super intentional of ensuring that at least I'm able to get like 30 people here as my strong foot soldiers. And you understand that emotional connection or emotional connectivity actually helps amplify your fan base. And the moment you do this, these guys are now like, okay, these 30 people are going to go and definitely tell their friends that, oh, I have this guy that's my artist and everything. And from there, you want to do your next event. You still have your 100 people.
Then you don't go and look for another.
Do you know? No, not even you looking for. Those 100 people are bringing for you extra.
Extra people.
And by the time you are coming, you're already building a fan base. You're already building a community. That is one thing that people do not understand. They just see that when you tell people, they'll tell you music is expensive. I agree. Because by the time you want to do a standard production, you are spending nothing less than $500,000. So this is but there are simpler ways to do it.
And imagine if
that's how people actually get discovered, because that is the kind of visibility that they had was able to get them like to the people who like needed to hear what they had. Because if once they start seeing the numbers, even if it's just they were like, okay, they're seeing some consistency and they're like, okay, this person already, then they see that you already know who you are. Give your take. There's like how you will not
like imagine like Adekunle Go, for example. He has reached the peak and everything, but he's still dropping emails. Last week on X, he dropped emails to his fans before he started the
first
challenge,
class,
the first class challenge. So you could imagine someone like Adekunle Go with at least for the industry in not reach peak, but he's still sending emails to his fan base and other things, still promoting himself. So it's that's just it.
The thing here is we need to understand that we need to conceptualize these things and practicalize it very simply. If you have an idea, right? Social media is your friend. Take, for instance, now, as an artist, bro. First things first, you're an artist in Jos. I'll also give you another tip that is very practical. You're an artist in Jos. Jos is not like Abuja. That is expensive. You can decide and say that, oh, I want to hang out with 5 of my friends. Now, this is also coming up from that 100, though. And that 100, you have to be very strategic to the people that you're getting in the room. Because if you get like captains of industries, you get business owners, you get like students and everything. And then one of them owns like a restaurant. And you now tell the person that what people buy and pay for this is value. It's not even money per se. And you now decide as an artist, this is something that has happened that I have sold to someone. And you now tell the person that, oh, I'm going to hang out with like 5 of my friends. 5 of my, you must not necessarily call them fans. I'm going to hang out with 5 of these people and we're going to go to, you take them to this restaurant that is owned by one of your fans, and the person gives you a discount, and maybe you now tell the person that, oh, let's say for instance, no, they did not pay for this promotion, so I will not call names, but there's a restaurant here in Jos, and you just go there, and you now tell, you guys have a very good meal, take pictures, create like the narrative around it, and maybe there and then you now say, you want to just sing for everybody here as a parting gift. Do you know what that is going to translate? First things first, you have 5 people that are loyal to you, that you brought. Now you've brought markets to that person, because that person now won't, any of those 5 people will now remember, maybe whenever he or she wants to go out. Let's go to that place. I like their customer service. First, that you've already, and now, if you go back to go meet this person to say, please, I have an event and I want you to partner, don't you think that person is going to partner with you?
Because you built an emotional connection with
and you built that relationship as well.
It's going to happen. So
the thing here is, we need to start exploring like very proper ways and very creative ways of getting these things done. You must not necessarily you can decide as a person, as an artist, and just say, oh, I'm going to give like gift baskets during December period to people that have been like supporting me. Bro, that is going to go a long way, because you are giving gift baskets in December. Even if you do not even come back to say you want something, some of these people, we are all human beings. They'll be like, hello, what do you want? So promoting is expensive. If you want to go the conventional way, come on. I run ads, digital ads. I know how much digital ads that would convert go for. Like when I break down digital ads for you in a budget form, I know how much you're going to spend nothing less. If you're spending not much money, you're spending 3 million. But how about you now use that 3 million to build a human connection? You are going to spend less and you gain more.
Okay, so please tell us about Tax. What are you guys doing with Tax? What is it about?
So
how can we get involved?
Yeah, Task is an agency. The Task. We have an agency called the Task Agency that is responsible for being the bridge that connects creatives to opportunities. So what we do generally, basically, is we have different arms. We have the advocacy arm, we have the music arm, we have then the opportunity, and then the tech. We have the tech product that's going to come out very soon, and then we also have the admin as well. So what we do is we help creatives, like connect these creatives to opportunities that they may not know about, or that may not be exposed to them. Take for instance what we did with Smidan last year. We partnered with Smidan, that's the small and medium development agency of Nigeria. We partnered with them there were about 7 creatives, young creatives we worked with on the fronts of media, on the fronts of photography, all these things. And they were paid. And then we also had the competition as well. The competition had artists participate, and 4 artists were paid 500,000. So what we want to do is we want to essentially see how we can help people, creatives, build like the creative economy. Tap into the creative economy, build the creative economy, because there's a projection by 2030, between 2030 to 2045, the creative economy is going to be the top leading economy globally, not just in Africa. So we want to be at that forefront. We want to be the bridge. So if in case you are looking for like an opportunity that you see, we want to connect you to that opportunity, and also like upskill you as a creative that you are.
Okay.
So how do you get involved? Visit our website, thetask.org. Task.org. 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 Yeah, that's basically what we do. So we just help creatives, basically.
Okay. So
I don't know like how long we have, but I was going to like maybe open a conversation about like we've been talking about creativity and artistry. So I want to see, because me, I'm a social impact person and I'm a development person. So where do we see artists coming in as agents of social change? Because just go ahead.
No, I'm listening to you, sir.
No, I was going to give a quote, but it doesn't really matter.
I want that quote, please. That quote is very, very important.
Well, it was Nina Simone. I was like watching one of her interviews, and she said it is the duty of the artist to reflect the times. And I've heard it from like similar versions of quotes from people like let's say the writer Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie said something like that, and a few others, Maya Angelou and the rest of them. So
artists actually okay, I'm going to give you a practical thing that we did. We did the Don't Police My Speech, where rappers, actually the focus was on rappers. We needed 100 rappers from Nigeria to create statements about police brutality, talk about police brutality. That's where artists also come in terms of social impact and social change, because artists also have like a form of influence where if they are not utilizing that influence, it's not going to actually give head or make headway. Take for instance, we have the next election coming in. Artists can decide as part of their social impact, decide you've been dragging MI, but I'm going to.
No, I've not been dragging MI. MI and my.
You be dragging.
No, I just drag them. No, when you say I have been, when you say I have been, if you say I put up on front.
It consistently they do.
No.
My guy, they put disclaimer. But let's say, for instance, now, like artists like Ice Prince can decide to come to just and engage people and teach them how to vote, because they have a certain voice that people do not even understand that they do.
Yeah.
And this influence also, it goes long and wide, particularly with the generation that we have in. They say Generation Z, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. Now, they can come home, teach people, they can educate people, they can do so many things, because the way we live in right now, people are not leaning to politicians anymore. They are leaning to artists. That's why they can also be at the forefront of campaigns, setting key campaigns. Imagine an artist talking about, I know that brands used to do it, where they have artists come, serve as brand ambassadors to, what's this thing called? They serve as brand ambassadors to malaria drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. But they can also be at that forefront of certain things like that. Engaging people, teaching people, basically just engaging, teaching, networking, and growing. Like creating like a town hall for that's all.
But I want to ask you, what do you say? Because especially in Nigeria, we like to drag people. While yes, a lot of that what we do here is to be extreme. I've seen it repeated over time over there. Even when you look back at let's say the American civil rights movement now, people like the Billie Holiday writing that song about fruits. It's something about fruits, very, very haunting song and all that. So should artists draw the line between trying to advocate for social change and now trying and maybe getting into, because we know Nigeria has a system that tries to like suppress dissenting voices. So where should an artist now draw the line between I want to advocate and I know that if I go too past this line, I will be, maybe the system I try to like crush my voice as a person. So I don't know, like if you want to speak on that.
Be defiant.
Be defiant still? Because
see, let me tell you something there. You no get drag where they go drag you, they never ever drag you for this life.
Normally, you know.
That's just the thing. The thing here is, first things first, you should ask yourself one question. Who are you? What do you stand for?
What are your values?
What are your values? What are your core principles, right? That is going to help you do certain things. Because if you decide to, there's something I've learned about Nigeria, particularly on social media. If you decide to be quiet, you're the enemy. If you decide to speak, you're still the enemy.
yes.
So
They must find command.
they must just find one thing. I mean, 2020, when they were doing the whole NSAS and police brutality, we saw what happened with the likes of Fowles, Mr.
Tiwa
Macaroni,
Savage.
like Tiwa Savage and every single thing. And that's why like making a lot of people like go back. But the thing here is you need to identify, what do you really stand for? Who are you? What are your values and every single thing? Because the moment you try to play safe, you're not really safe.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, you're not really safe because once you just decide to keep quiet, people will still haunt you for keeping quiet.
keeping quiet.
Like,
So
why are you not saying anything about this
Yeah.
particular thing? Why are you just keeping quiet?
They don't pay on
Now why?
why you lock up?
You don't collect something now. You don't see something and everything. So the thing here is you need to be very, 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 very defiant. Like, block out the noise. And you also need to, well, in terms of drawing the line though, you need to know where this is going to, what impacts. You need to see the end from the beginning. Like, what's the end result of this thing? Am I going to get every single thing? You know, when I read Maya Angelou's Still I Rise, she kept on re-emphasizing that still I rise, still I rise. That shows that no matter what happens, I'll still rise. So you need to also see, like, look beyond that side. And then lastly, as an artist, just know that in Nigeria, nothing will ever trend past 2 days. After 2 days, something else will just pop up.
Somebody small, stupid than you.
So I want to also like talk about like in terms of this keeping quiet or not keeping quiet, in terms of like artists who are under record labels who have defined some form of brand identity for them. Maybe the brand is telling you not to say anything. I want to understand how all of those
Man, don't say
because a lot of times
nobody's going to feed you if you're broke.
sometimes people, when they drag people for keeping quiet, they don't
Understand
that
the back room.
the back room, maybe the brand, this is the brand identity. They've already, the product is saying you cannot
do
touch this because this is what we are planning for you. So you can't touch this because of this reason. And this person is quiet and they're dragging this man or woman who is like,
Yeah, see, let me tell you something.
Pass
Right?
my power.
There's something here. That's why brands, if you check it now, like in the grand scheme of things, people are hiring PR agents
Yes.
and agencies to help address this type of things and curb this type of things. Because people will always drag you. But the thing here again is, if you're not feeding, as the artist, you should also tell yourself that if people are not feeding me, I understand where you can. I've seen artists have burner accounts. I mean, Arya Star admitted to having a burner account.
Yes.
You can have a burner account and just
You
be...
clap back from there.
Well, you can be doing your thing there, but maybe they don't catch you. But artists have burner accounts. But again, you should also just realize that if this thing is going to, if this is going to hamper what is ahead for me, please, quietly. Like, there are times when I want to do something, and when I'm like on the phone with my mom, and she just goes, "I beg, just let them go. You are not the crusader." And you need to also like listen to the voice of
You
reason.
cannot really save everybody.
You can't really save everybody.
You can't.
You can only
So,
do your part.
It's best to like remember that if you are broke, nobody's going to feed you. And then again, it's good to have a very strong PR team. that's going to help you like in this type of thing. Because if people come out to attack you and bash you, and then take for instance, you are being your label has like a very good relationship with the government. How are you going to identify it? How are you going to stop it? Because he who plays the piper, the tag sharp. You know, a few days ago I was at a mentorship program in my department, and a 200 level student was asking, why is it that news agencies do not report certain news? And they are being quiet about it, and then they just sweep it up under the carpet. And I told her, if the risk is greater than the reward, run. Oh. And everyone was laughing. I said, because I have this lecturer that will tell you, if you decide to speak against, like, he will always use the instance of, let's say you are being employed by the government at a government-owned station, and you now decide to speak against that, they will backdate your firing. So if they had maybe paid you like June salary, they go backdate your firing to May. So you don't owe them. You don't owe them.
It's like you're shooting yourself.
Everybody already knows that the state-owned media is the propaganda machine of the government. Whatever governments are in place.
And then you now come in out of it. He said, if you are being enthusiastic, start your own. Just start your own.
So that you go cause everybody. They won't cause.
But the moment you are now like, this one, see, they'll just tell you, my bro, you can leave. So that's just the thing here.
Okay, social malam.
Okay, so we've discussed a lot, but can we just discuss briefly the way forward, like most especially
the way forward?
Yes.
I like when people see the solution is already in our hands. It's just to activate it. First things first, demystify the fact that you are special. I always tell people that, in as much as I'm from Jos, I was born here. My father was born here. Weirdly. Like, my dad did nursery, primary, secondary, and then left for tertiary institution. I've done nursery, primary, secondary, tertiary, and I don't try. So I pray for anyone else to carry me come on board. The thing here is, you should understand that you're not so special. That's number one. Demystify the fact that you are not so special. You are just a piece of the puzzle, of the larger puzzle on the grand scheme of things. Then secondly, you need to also identify that the need of building a community, a core community that exposes you, that challenges you, that doesn't just allow you to stay on your comfort zone and just be like, you're doing good. You know, we often love our egos being massaged, where we're being told that we're doing great, we're killing it, man, we're super talented. Yeah, you're super talented, but what next? Then another thing again is identifying the right people. See, I say this without fear or favor. Many young people need to be actually mentored. And then the mentors need to understand that those they are mentoring are not their enemies. Because I've faced it where people I think were my mentors were like, you won't come past me, you don't go walk. You need to identify that these guys are not your competition. They are not that God already had placed you
ahead of them
for a reason, to just help them guide them. I had a friend of mine that I used to teach how to write. The kind of salary this guy collects now, if you see the money, but this was somebody I was teaching how to write. So people are always going to come and learn and maybe surpass you. But the thing here is that they will never forget your impact in their life. Right. At the end of the day.
In fact, you should be grateful that God used you in raising somebody. For me, that's it. Like anybody, if I'm helping somebody, I'm not even looking at, this person is coming back. OG,
I hate that name.
I don't send, Baba.
I hate that name.
Me, somebody help me now. Let me help myself.
I hate
somebody help you.
A lot of people in here think they are self-made.
Somebody help me now. You know people will not help me. More no good here.
A lot of people actually think, but see, you're not so special, but you're still special. But the one thing you should understand is that the moment you identify your journey, you just realize that you're alone on this road by yourself. You don't need a crowd.
Yeah.
You actually don't need a crowd. You don't need a crowd.
Well, I feel like we've extensively have a very, very good conversation, and I'm inspired. Like I said,
you're inspired. So I inspire you. Shout!
Of course,
shout! My rates don't go up.
You know they inspire me today.
Sir, can you be my lawyer? So I will draft contract now. Shout! Guys. I inspire mute. You know, see me to inspire mute. You cannot see. You people need to see this guy on Twitter, on X. You cannot. This guy's opinion is yea and amen. And I inspire him. I did go out for my CV.
Guys,
Inspired
honestly
me.
speaking, it's been a great one. I'm coming back to music. Let me advertise.
Amen.
I'm going to start recording covers, please. When I share this, please try and go and
Cover it to the blood of Jesus.
Honestly, the whole idea of having communities and creating people, I've thought about it. Me and Clinton, we've spoken about this thing a few times. It's just that I needed to get a few things ready before I go back to creating. Because if I come back, it's going to be bad.
You're going to come heavy down over.
I'm going to come heavy.
And we are the problem. Oh no,
guys, you guys on
the last time we will sign out. Because yo, my people, man, thank you very much for watching. Do well to subscribe, do well to give a 5-star rating, and share this with your friends and family. And let me tell you something, man. The next time I'll come here, I'll wear a branded t-shirt that wrote I inspired notes. Because I need to do that thing. Peace, man. Love and light.
Peace and love, man. Have a good day, man.